I don't have a problem with trying to bend the rules and do all of this, but the reality is, man,
comes with
they're
that.
already paying him out of the league's pocket. He's getting a cut of every single fucking TV dollar.
Inter Miami are getting Rodrigo De Paul. It looks like that's happening. Atletico Madrid superstar, Argentina national team World Cup winner. It's not technically a Barca boy because he plays for Atletico Madrid right now, or before going to Inter Miami.
Yeah,
but it's essentially another Barca boy.
Yep.
They're adding to the Barca boy stable. But I think the question here is, it's an example. They already have Busquets, Jordi Alba, Messi, and Luis Suarez. Yeah. So it's like, how are they getting Rodrigo
Suarez is TAM, I think.
On the but basically there's a lot of talk about something nefarious being afoot and how they're able to get this player. All right, let's talk about that real quick, just because, I mean, if there is something nefarious going on, I'm not saying that there is or isn't, but can you explain what that is? Because
absolutely, I would love to, Ari. I would love to.
Okay, can I just
lay the groundwork?
Sergio Busquets is on a deal that is coming off the books, like in the winter transfer window. They got Rodrigo De Paul on loan from Atletico Madrid with a purchase option, not on a DP slot right now. When Busquets' DP deal expires in the winter transfer window, at that point, they're in all likelihood going to trigger the purchase option. Busquets will no longer be one of the DPs. Rodrigo De Paul will. I get that it's tilting. Because it feels like they can just stack any player on the global stage that they want with no repercussions, that other teams that are beholden to the roster rules or whatever, like they can't do that. And I understand where the frustration comes from. I think there's an element to this, man, that it's just like that. This is the type of stuff that you can do. Like when you get Messi on your team, like that, it's like other teams would be doing stuff like this if they could.
Oh, they did,
but they can't.
Yeah, they're not allowed to because they're not Inter Miami, and they're not trying to.
All right,
keep Messi
explain the conspiracy,
dude. In 2019, the LA Galaxy signed Christian Pavone. Do you remember this?
Yep.
It was basically the same exact thing, where he was a TAM player, quote unquote. And then other parts of his agreement were not included in the payments. And so in 2022, the LA Galaxy were sanctioned because he should have been a DP and was going to be a DP. They were fined $1 million. They lost $1 million in GAM. They were banned from whatever. And also very funny that this happened. And then Inter Miami did the same thing, but got fined less. Or I guess they didn't get fined less.
They did famously have 5 DPs.
They had famously 5 DPs, and I'm just like saying, this 20. Is, you can't sign a player on loan and be like, oh no, it's fine, he's TAM, but like you're in agreement.
You can though. That's what I'm saying.
You're in agreement to make it. He's going to be a DP once the other DP comes off the books. Is that not playing the goddamn system? And they're just going to pay him more in the later part to make his salary whole, and they're going to end up paying him the same amount. If we're going to, I don't have a problem with trying to bend the rules and do all of this, but the reality is, man, they're bending the rules. They're playing a dangerous game that that the league, if they are actually being genuine and they do want to protect their own product, what they would do is be like, no, you can get the other guy off the books and then put Rodrigo De Paul on. But they're not even pretending like the rules even matter anymore. And if they don't matter anymore, awesome. Add another DP spot. But you know why they won't do it? It's because the cheap ass, poor ass owners don't want to add another DP spot. So they can't vote for it and all of this. So basically it's MLS's way of allowing something they know is like one toe over the boundary, that they have fined people for in the past, that they have gotten people in trouble for in the past, but they want the league to move forward with spending. So they're allowing it to happen, and they're allowing it to happen as well because Messi is involved and they want Messi to stay happy and they want him to stay here, which as a business, can you really blame them? Absolutely not. But if we're being real, if we're being honest here, this is basically cheating. This is basically bending the rules to the point where you have an unfair advantage. And okay, that's fine. They're probably still not going to win anything, so I don't care. But it's pretty funny. I mean, it's pretty funny to pretend like this isn't bending the rules at the least.
Can you I'm honestly asking. Like, what is bending the rules about a loan with a purchase option? I've seen that a million times.
Absolutely, but his salary is TAM right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When he signs his next agreement, when they make the purchase on the loan, like they weren't going to buy him anyway, they're basically just saying, hey, loan us this player. We guarantee we're going to purchase him regardless. And then
that is, yeah, it is a loophole.
That's
100%.
a loophole. That's what I'm saying.
But I guess
it's a loophole.
I don't know. I'm really not trying to like.
That's what also LAFC did this as well.
Yeah, like there's been like the Sounders got a loophole with Clint Dempsey.
No, the league bought Clint Dempsey and changed the rules on allocation money because of it. If they want to change the rules, they can change the rules. I'm fine with that. But don't do this bullshit. Don't do this bullshit and pretend like it isn't pushing and prodding and putting other teams at a disadvantage. Because if this is the truth, I think that the Sounders should sign every single player to a contract with Ballard FC, buy Ballard FC, and then just loan everyone for $1. You could have a super team. Why not? There's a purchase option included. They just don't have to do it. They just don't have to execute it, you know? This is because if you take it to its logical conclusion, which is I'm just going to loan an entire team to myself, or like City Football Group loaning a bunch of players to New York City FC so they can win another title. Come on, man. That's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. That's where I stand on it.
Either way, there is another Barca boy in the fold, which is, I mean, you know,
just
it is what it is. It is like,
man.
I see what you're saying. I also like when I look at the situation that they're in, which is a very unique situation where you have the greatest player of all time on your team and all the leeway and pull that comes with that.
They're already paying him out of the league's pocket. He's getting a cut of every single fucking TV dollar. Don't need to give them any more advantage. Don't let them do this.
But like, if I was in their position and had the ability to leverage the situation that they're in, I don't know if I can sit here and say I wouldn't do the same thing.
Jorge Mas should be imprisoned. That's all I have to say. Put him in jail. That's how I want to end this show.